You don't need more time, better conditions, or another sign. What you need is to stop avoiding discomfort. Because every time you choose comfort, you delay the life you want. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's fear disguised as patience, fear of failing, fear of being exposed, fear of finding out what happens if you actually give full effort. So you stay halfway committed with half effort, half discipline, and half results, and then you complain. Discipline doesn't come from intensity. It comes from repetition, doing the same hard thing again and again, especially when it feels boring, pointless, and uncomfortable. And that's where most people break because they want fast progress and visible proof. But discipline gives proof later, and that delay is why people quit, not because it's impossible, but because it's slow. Your habits reveal everything, not what you say you want, but what you actually repeat, because your future is built in routines, not intentions. And every time you skip the hard thing, you reinforce weakness, while every time you follow through, you build control over your body, your mind, and your direction, and control is freedom. Most people are slaves to how they feel, acting only when they feel good, and waiting when they don't. But discipline is choosing action without permission from emotions, telling yourself what to do instead of asking how you feel. And yes, it's uncomfortable at first, because your mind is used to being in charge. But the more you override that resistance, the quieter it gets until discipline feels normal. You stop negotiating, stop arguing, stop wasting energy on internal debates, and you just move, and that's when your life starts separating from everyone else's, not because you're more talented or smarter, but because you do what others avoid when it's early, boring, and no one is watching. Most people want results without structure, growth without discomfort, and confidence without proof. But self-respect is earned through follow-through, built every time you keep a promise to yourself, and destroyed every time you break one. So start today by doing what you said you would do, even if it's small, especially when you don't feel like it, because discipline isn't built in big moments. It's built in ordinary days where quitting would be easier. And if you can win those days, your future has no choice but to change, not because it got easier, but because you finally stopped running from the work.